I'm Sam.
And I'm Meddi.
Welcome to the Community On Demand Virtual AI Money Guide Podcast.
In this episode, we are doing a deep dive on measuring and building your skill set.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty cool, your skill set.
Oh, yeah.
We've got excerpts from Measuring and Building Your Skill Set. And trust me, this isn't just another boring list of what you're good at. This is about understanding the real impact that those skills have, whether you're aiming for a new job or thinking about a career switch or just curious about maximizing your potential.
You've got it. It's like having a map to navigate your talents. But this map also shows you the treasure hidden within each skill, the why behind the what.
Okay.
We'll be exploring how to use your skills strategically, figure out their value, and get this, even calculate how they impact society.
Okay. My curiosity is officially piqued. So where do we even begin with this treasure map?
Well, this module introduces these things called Community On-Demand Future-Ready Skill Cards.
Skill cards.
Imagine each card as a key, highlighting a specific skill and its potential value. Think of it as a snapshot of what that skill can bring to the table.
So instead of just saying, I'm good at writing, I'd have a skill card that breaks down the potential value of that writing skill. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. And there's more. The module mentions these achievement domain checklists and service goals. They seem to be like directions on how to use those keys, those skill cards, to unlock your full potential.
All right. I'm officially hooked. Tell me more about these skill cards. What else is on them besides the skill and its value?
Each card has an image, so you can visualize the skill. And the name of the skill is clearly stated. But here's where it gets really interesting. Each card is color-coded based on something called an achievement domain. It's like categorizing your keys based on what doors they unlock.
So instead of jumbled mess of keys,
Yeah.
we have these categories, these achievement domains that help us understand what each skill is good for. I like that.
Precisely. And each skill card also outlines a specific service goal. Think of it as a challenge or quest you can undertake to actually increase the value of that skill. And get this, there's even a QR code that links to a STEAM education e-gift card.
Wait, hold up. E-gift cards. What do those have to do with building my skills? Is this like level up your skills, get a free pizza?
That's a great question. It seems like these e-gift cards are part of a system for recognizing and, more importantly, rewarding the value your skills contribute to society. We'll definitely break down how that works later on, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to those achievement domains, our treasure map categories.
Okay.
What are they all about?
Yeah. Let's dive into those. Tell me, what kinds of categories are we talking about here?
There are 6 achievement domains, and each one has its own color and focus. It's like a rainbow of skills, grouping those that share common themes.
Okay, so instead of just a random collection of skills, we have these categories that help us understand their purpose and how they fit together. What's the first domain on this map?
The first domain is Ready to Plan, represented by the color green. This one is all about strategic thinking, planning, and essentially getting yourself ready to tackle any project that comes your way.
So if I'm good at planning, organizing, and thinking ahead, I'd be strong in the ready to plan domain. It's like being the architect of your own success.
Exactly. This domain has 5 skill cards, covering things like career awareness, funding opportunities, and even salary. It's about understanding the big picture, knowing what resources are available, and recognizing the potential rewards of putting your skills into action.
That makes sense. So it's not just about being a good planner. It's about using those skills to figure out where you want to go and how to get there. What are some examples of those service goals we saw on the cards? You know, those quests to level up our skills.
One of the key service goals here is completing a skill self-assessment. It encourages you to really examine your strengths and weaknesses. Others include setting specific career goals, researching different career paths, and even creating a strategic plan for your professional journey. It's about taking control of your future.
I can already see how this is more than just a skills assessment. It's like a roadmap for success. What's the next domain on our map?
Next, we have Ready to Build, symbolized by the color blue. This domain is all about bringing those plans to life, turning those ideas into something tangible. It's about constructing, creating, and finding solutions.
So this is where the makers and doers come in. If Ready to Plan is about drawing the blueprint, Ready to Build is about putting on your hard hat and getting to work.
That's a great way to put it. This domain has 12 skill cards, and you'll find skills like innovation, product development, entrepreneurship, and even event coordination.
So it's not just about building things with your hands. It's about building projects, businesses, solutions to problems. What kind of actions boost your skills in this domain? What are some of those service goals?
They really emphasize taking action. A few examples are conducting market analyses, outlining steps for product development, creating business plans, and even planning and executing events. It's about taking those plans from ready to plan and turning them into reality.
This is starting to feel like a real adventure. We plan, we build. What comes next? Where does this treasure map lead us?
Well, once you've built something amazing, you need to be ready to work. And that's where our third domain comes in, represented by the color red. This domain has 17 skill cards, all focused on getting you ready for the workplace.
Okay, so this is where we put on our professional attire and show the world what we can do. What kinds of skills would we find in the ready-to-work domain?
Think of things like job searching, resume writing, interview skills, fault butt, and personal branding. These are the skills that help you navigate the professional world and showcase your talents to potential employers.
So we've got the plan, we've built the skills. Now it's time to present ourselves to the world. What are some examples of those service goals, those action steps that boost our skills in this domain?
They really hone in on those job-seeking skills. You'll be encouraged to practice different job search techniques, create and update your resume, prep for those nerve-wracking interviews, and really develop a strong personal brand that sets you apart from the crowd.
It's like they're giving you the tools and the playbook to succeed in the job market. This is so practical. What's next in our skill-building adventure? Where does this map lead us now?
Next up is Ready to Explore, represented by the color purple. This domain is all about encouraging your natural curiosity. It's about research, venturing into new territories, and expanding your horizons.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here. Each domain builds on the last, taking us from planning to action to exploration. It's like a journey of self-discovery. What does this ready-to-explore domain focus on?
You got it. It's all about broadening your understanding of different career paths out there, particularly in those STEAM fields: science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. You'll find 18 skill cards in this domain, covering things like STEAM career clusters and pathways.
Now, I have to admit, I'm not exactly sure what STEAM career clusters and pathways are. Can you break that down for me?
Of course. Think of them as groups of related occupations that share common themes in those STEAM subjects. For example, a cluster might be health science, and within that, you'd have pathways like biotechnology or medical assisting.
Ah, so it's like exploring different neighborhoods in the world of STEAM careers. What are some of those service goals that can help me level up my skills in this domain?
The Ready to Explore domain is all about being proactive. You'll be encouraged to actively research various STEAM career clusters, identify those that spark your interest, figure out what qualifications you might need, and even develop a plan to pursue your chosen path.
So you're not just passively reading about careers, you're digging in, seeing how they connect to your skills and interests, and creating a plan to make those dreams a reality. I love this proactive approach. What's next on our journey?
Well, once you've explored and expanded your horizons, it's time to step up and be ready to lead, and that's where our fifth domain comes in. Symbolized by gold. This domain is all about developing those essential leadership and management skills.
Okay. We're moving into leadership territory. This feels like the domain for those who inspire, motivate, and take charge. What are the key skills we'll find here?
You hit the nail on the head. This domain has 15 skill cards covering things like leadership, teamwork, creative problem solving, conflict resolution, cultural awareness, and even strategic thinking. It's about developing the skills to guide and inspire others.
Wow. This domain covers a lot of ground. What are some examples of those service goals, those actions we can take to boost our skills in this area?
The Ready to Lead domain is all about putting those leadership skills into practice. You'll be encouraged to take on leadership roles in group activities, actively participate in team projects, engage in creative problem solving, practice effective communication, and even manage projects from start to finish.
It's not just about reading about leadership. It's about rolling up your sleeves and actually leading. This system really emphasizes taking action. What's the final destination on our treasure map? Our final domain?
The final domain is Ready to Impact, and this is where it all comes together, symbolized by black. This domain is all about taking those skills you've honed and using them to make a real difference in the world.
This feels like the culmination of our journey. The peak of the mountain. We plan, we build, we work. We explore, we lead. And finally, we use it all to make a positive impact. What skills are emphasized in this domain?
You've got it. This domain isn't so much about specific skills, but more about using your combined skill set to tackle real-world challenges. Instead of skill cards, this domain uses 6 socioeconomic condition cards that prompt you to analyze data, engage with stakeholders, and develop community-based service learning projects.
So it's like taking everything you've learned and applying it to real problems in your community. It's about making a tangible difference. What are some examples of these socioeconomic condition cards? What kind of challenges are we talking about here?
They highlight issues like aging infrastructure in your community, the impacts of climate change, a struggling local economy, environmental stresses, shifting demographics, and even fluctuating energy prices. It's about understanding these complex challenges and finding ways to contribute to solutions.
This is where the rubber meets the road, right? It's about taking action, using your skills to make a positive impact on the world around you. This is incredibly inspiring.
What's fascinating here is how this ties back to those STEAM education e-gift cards we talked about earlier. It seems like there's another domain, Ready to Earn, that focuses on the financial aspect of your skills and earning potential.
Whoa. Hold on a second. We've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored all 6 achievement domains, and now you're telling me there's a whole other domain focused on earning. My head is spinning.
I know, right? It's a lot to take in, but it's also incredibly exciting. Before we jump into this Ready to Earn domain, let's take a step back and look at how those skill cards are actually used in practice.
Yes, please. We've talked about these skill cards as keys and the achievement domains as categories, but I'm still a little fuzzy on how we actually use these keys to unlock our potential.
Well, the module introduces something called the STEAM investigative process, and it seems to be the key to unlocking that treasure chest of skills. It's a framework for using those skill cards to map out decisions and actions for achieving your goals.
Okay, so we're not just collecting these skill cards, we're actually using them strategically. Tell me more about this STEAM investigative process. How does it work?
It involves creating a visual map of the decisions you need to make and the actions required to reach your goals. You use the skill cards to identify the skills you already have, the ones you need to develop, and how those skills connect to different industries and business functions.
This is like a personalized roadmap for success.
Yeah.
Tailored to my unique skill set and goals.
Exactly. And they actually walk through a scenario in the module to show you how this works in practice.
Ooh, I love a good example. What's the scenario?
Imagine your boss asks you to find new computers for a team project, and then present your recommendations to the leadership team.
Okay. That's something I could definitely see happening in my life. It's a real-world task.
Yeah.
How do those skill cards come into play here?
They guide you through a step-by-step process called decision mapping. You assess each skill card, just like you would assess each key on your keyring, to determine if it's relevant to the project at hand. If it is, you place that card on a mission statement card, essentially building a visual representation of the skills you'll need to succeed.
So it's like I'm creating a visual inventory of my skills for this specific project.
Exactly. And that leads to the design phase,
Yeah.
where you arrange those selected skill cards in a way that visually represents your strategy for tackling the project. It's like creating a flow chart of your skills and how you'll use them to achieve your goal.
Wow. I'm starting to see how this process can really bring clarity and focus to your actions. It's not just about knowing what you can do, it's about strategically applying those skills to get things done.
That's precisely it. And the cool thing is, you can adapt this process to any project or goal. You're essentially creating a personalized toolkit for success using these skill cards.
This is so cool. I can't wait to hear more about how this all ties together, especially that whole e-gift card system. It definitely sounds like we're about to level up our understanding of skill building.